Hey guys, this is Seti, and this is the TDK D and the DSX. In the US, we get the DSX. I don't think that a lot of people get this in other countries. This is 1992 to 1997. That's the year that these came out in, or this design. And today I'm going to open these two up because I'm going to make I'm going to record on them, one for myself and one for another person. I'm going to keep this one for myself, of course. I'm curious as to how it sounds. I will be recording the Tool Inoculum album on this, actually, because I just kind of wanted to see how it sounds like on cassette. More to the point is I actually want to hear what it sounds like on the DSX because I've never opened one and recorded on one yet. From what I've been told, it should be as good as or the same as TDK AR or maybe the ARX. I don't know if that's the case. I thought someone in tapeheads.net already proved us wrong on that, but we'll see. Either way, I get to find out myself. So we've already opened up this before. This is the D. And this one's already coming apart. You've probably seen my previous videos on this. And oh wow. I'm going to have to find a better case for this if I'm going to give this one up to someone. But, you know, no huge surprises. It's a TDK D90. We've seen this one from this year before. I've opened it up. And this one is pretty badly cracked. I'm sure the cassette's still good. And it is very pristine and shiny. Of course it is, right? Nice tape pack, nicely packed. You can see it's nice and smooth in there. There you go. Ooh, get in there. Alright, so hold on. Let me get the big pen. Actually, before I do that, let's open up, well, let me show you really quick though. Yeah, actually I already did show it to you, didn't I? Okay, well, let's get on with it. Let's get on with the TDK DSX. Well, that's interesting. I don't actually see a place for it to open, even though it says open here. Well then, just gonna have to do it the puncture way. The same here. Interesting that the TDK and the logo on here that's embossed is upside down on the D. That's weird. Alright. You know, I should point out, I guess, the differences in between the two in the back. This is supposedly the US version on both of these. And where's this one made in? So the D, am I missing it? It doesn't say where it's made, but it does have a US address on it. And so does this one. Same US address. Find it interesting the top is slightly different, especially open. Interesting. Tape made in Japan. Here it is. A cassette assembled in Thailand. Tape made in Japan. Cassettes assembled in the USA for the DSX. Oh, that's interesting. I'm glad I kind of stopped and paused to look at that a little bit more in depth. But anyways, we're here to see the cassettes. Sorry if I'm a little out of order. The tape pack is also beautifully wound in there, nice and smooth. It's the same shell, it looks like, pretty much. Let's see, this does have a screw. It's only 4 screws though. As you can see, the one in the middle, bottom middle, is missing, whereas the D90 doesn't have any screws at all, not even on side B. So, but the shell is the same. Other than that, the design is the same. Where they place the lettering and the logos and everything is kind of the same as well. Dynamic cassette, low noise, high output. Dynamic super extra cassettes. They say that this was made for high-speed dubbing. I don't know if it's because it's built a little, you know, with a little more strength in mind, or, you know, some reinforcement in mind to make it more stable for high-speed dubbing, or what. Okay, enough of that. I'm going to put the D on top and a DSX on the bottom. The DSX has a different spring, leaf spring, for the pressure pad. On the same length, the leader tape, but you can tell it is much, well, yeah, much darker. Yeah, I would call it much darker. Whereas D, it's what do you call? It's brown, but it's a very dark brown. DSX have a even richer, darker brown, but I gotta say I can actually see through it a little bit. So that's interesting. I'm looking at the tape packs just to see if it's a thinner tape, but they seem to spool around the same, at the same point, so it doesn't seem like it. However, it does seem like the DSX has a finer particle because it's way more shinier than the D9. I mean, D9 is shiny as in it's reflective, but you can, I don't know if you guys can see it, but it almost seems like there's glitter, whereas the DSX does not have the glitter effect. So let's go ahead and size this up. There's no markings, by the way, on the either of the leader tapes. Oh, did I forget? Yes, I did. I almost forgot. Ooh, the label is different than the one that they gave us on the D. So you guys want to pause to read that? That's fine. Looks like there's an extra language on the D, but this looks more elegant because of the gold in there. And it almost looks like it came out of an AR. It's kind of cool. This is also a fold out. Gives you way more room to write. So it's way more substantial. Case is a little different too. Other than it being cracked, notice that the bottom part is smaller on the D, whereas the DSX, that's like the typical short style, which is normal. On the really older cassettes, they go up pretty high, like up to here. Alright, handheld mode. Sorry for the shakiness, but back to my trusty ZX7. So, I don't know what it was last biased with, but we're gonna do the D first, brand new. Interesting. Nothing. Ah, that's why. Because the level was too low for it to detect anything. There we go. Oh, I turned it all the way to the left. That's why. Alright. Still at the very beginning of the tape, and you know it's well stored, even though it was kind of cracked and stuff, because it's relatively stable. Let's go back to... Wow. How did that happen? That was weird. Oops. Crap. I keep adjusting the wrong one. That's because I'm looking at the camera. Alright. So that's where we're at with the TDK D. So the question is, what does the TDK DSX bias to compared to the D? Well, let's find out. Alrighty, the azimuth is a little bit off. So it takes less level. Bias is about the same. So this tape is way more sensitive already than the D. And requires more bias because, well, we have to raise or lower the sensitivity on it. So that's how the DSX is in relation to the standard D of the same year. So needs less level sensitivity, the record sensitivity, and because of that, it also needs more biasing because you're now lowering the record sensitivity. All right, so I don't know how I'm going to record how it sounds because I don't have any line in, but I'm going to try to do my best. All right, so let's start with the D. I'm going to have to rebias this, of course. So we're going to be recording at EQ 120 because it's a normal type 1 tape. Dolby NR off. Tape. All right, so I'm gonna start the recording. There you go. I was gonna say I didn't hear anything. So pause. That's the hiss. Alright, so you can hear that there's some hiss because Dolby NR was able to quelch that. Source is nothing yet. Alright, so what I'm going to use is a track from Overwatch. give it more level. So it looks like you can go all the way up to +4 before it starts to distort, which is actually pretty good, considering it's a D, simple type 1 normal tape. Now this is without Dolby noise reduction though, so if you decide to use B or C, you're going to have to reduce that. Contrary to popular belief, you do not have to go all the way down to 0 dB. That's just a really, really conservative and safe mark. But I have used Dolby Type B at up to, like if it's without Dolby and you can go up to 4, +4 or so, then you can probably just do +3 when you're on Dolby B and it won't distort. Okay, so that's the D. This is why I like the D compared to the Maxell UR. So now the DSX90. Alright, so just remember we have to recalibrate this. Alright, everything's good. I'm going to raise the volume. I'm going to hit play. Already you can tell it's super quiet. Oops, it's still playing. Hold on. Okay. So it's right now playing, so it's pretty quiet. I'm going to switch from tape to source. Oh my gosh, guys. The hiss on this is so much lower. I mean, you can hear there's still hiss by if I go to tape to source. Oh, with B, it's just completely gone. Wow. Now I'm on C. Now I can't hear it at all. With C, the hiss is completely gone. With B, I can still hear it in person. I don't think it would pick up on the camera though. Oh wow, I'm impressed with just the hiss level on this thing. All right. I'm going to leave the level the way it is. I accidentally moved it when I was trying to adjust the bias or whatever. So, hold on. Whoa, what? No. Oh, you're shitting me. Okay, I don't need to test anymore, guys. Wow. This thing was taking up to +7, peaking at +7, and there was barely any distortion. I mean, I can hear a difference a little bit, but super slight between source and tape when it gets that high. But when it gets below that, let's say around +5, +6, there was no difference in tape and between tape and source. Wow. I'm speechless. Well, I guess there's no reason to have Dolby on for this tape at all, because you can overpower the the sound signal on here, the record level or the input level, and you don't have to worry about the hiss. Besides, the hiss was already pretty low to begin with, so there you have it, guys. The DSX is a huge step up. It's not a minor upgrade. It's a huge upgrade from the TDK D. And the TDK D is already pretty good compared to the Max LUR as far as how much level it can take before it distorts and how much it changes the sound. The D does color the sound a bit, but the UR colors it even more. And the DSX for Type 1, that is truly a superferic performer. And I hope to have, well, actually I did try out an AR before. Let me see if I can find it here. Here it is. You guys probably seen me unpack this, unwrap this. Also a good performer, but I didn't do an A/B comparison, and this is my first A/B comparison, not only for biasing, because biasing doesn't really tell you much, right? It just tells you the differences on how you bias, but when you record, you actually get to see the performance. Unfortunately, it's a little more fiddly to take a video, to make a video while doing a comparison A/B, so I respect anyone who's doing that in front of a camera. But for me, when I do that, it takes a little longer. The video gets a little longer because I don't actually do any cut edits, or at least I try not to because I'm lazy. But yeah. Also, this is a very good album, guys. It's very clean sounding. If you guys never heard this one, yeah, I know it's The Simpsons. You're like, what is this? Is this a joke? No, it's actually really high quality and well produced, and it really does show off the AR, so I recommend it. Alright guys, that's truly it. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in another video. Bye!